Tonight's podcast is brought to you by Elm Street Community College.
Hi, I'm Freddy Krueger, Dean here at Elm Street Community College. After being freed from a technicality in trial, I once again was allowed to run amok and stab children. Haha, their loss is your gain. I decided it was time to get back to Springwood after murdering my 437th child. And now I bring you Elm Street Community College. We have a wide array of classes beginning this spring. Find out who your friends truly are with Professor McCready and Phlebotomy 101.
Hello, I am Student Advisor Pinhead. You can join me with Cinebite Cinema. We have such films to show you.
Learn to carve pumpkins in home ec with Professor Michael Myers. Keep your chainsaw in running order for your next massacre. And small engine repair with Professor Leatherface.
Learn traits such as pest control with Lieutenant Johnny Rico.
Learn sexual orientation with the Blob.
And not for the faint of heart is Home Improvement with Bob Vila.
Hi, I'm Bob Vila.
Be sure to enroll soon at Elm Street Community College. You're all my students now. Risen from the grave! You can run, but know that you can be saved! The good old game is all resurrect, and the blood will flow like but now you know their names! All with Brandon in the back of the game! With a bottle of whiskey and control of the surface they reclaim! All the good old gamers punch you right in the dick. All the good old gamers return to kick you right in the cliff. Oh, were you offended? They'll sit down your neck. The good old gamers return. Excuse me while I get drunk.
No.
If I'd only had that planned right then.
Yep.
Oh, wait, there was more. Sorry. That was a real pleasant way to start it out.
Oh, fuck yeah. It's sexy.
I'm on a diet. And every beer is I can feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm ready to talk now. It's fucking October 26th. We're real close.
Mm-hmm. It's getting awfully spooky up in here.
It is. There's some horrors in this house. Horrors. I'm Lyle. That's Brandon.
Hey, go fuck yourself.
And combined, like two peanuts and a big old long turd, we are the Good Old Gamers Podcast.
Indeed. Indeed.
Top rated Southern retro gaming / board gaming / pinball / movie / action figure podcast.
All the slashes.
All the slashes. We like slashers.
Uh-huh.
Go hand in hand.
That's why I got my degree from Elm Street Community College.
Also, dude, it's such a cheap tuition plan.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
they're slashing prices every day.
Every day, man. Award-winning cafeteria. Did not know it was that healthy to eat human parts, but apparently it's,
I'm a big fan of their finger food.
You are what you eat. So if you eat like a ripped guy, you're going to get ripped too.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Very lean.
cannibalism shouldn't be frowned upon as much as it is.
Yeah, I know. It would solve a lot of problems.
It would. It would. If they could just invent the cure for Kuru, we'd be all right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, little mad cow never hurt nobody.
Hey, prawns are important. They got rights. Prawns matter.
Yeah, they do. Well, how are you this week?
I
think we're both in the kind of the same.
I feel like I've been like fighting off something. Like I'm not sick, but I'm just like,
Blah.
Yeah. So I was like, I'll just disinfect it from the inside with some gin.
That's a good thing. I may hit you up on your offer after this.
Gin and sun drop ain't bad.
I never drink gin, but, fitting to go ahead and talk about the feller. Because my grandfather, as everybody, more than often than not knows, passed away on Halloween. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be 5 years this year. Which kind of put me in perspective for the podcast today, because I was thinking about the fact, I'm like, it bums me out. This time every year it does. But I've tried to have a little bit more of a fun Halloween this year, because my grandpa was the kind of guy, he'd be like, don't be a sad sack of shit. Mm-hmm. Be happy.
Life's for the living.
So I've been trying to, convey that shit to myself. And it's only fitting that we talk about him a little bit. But he's the first person that got me to drinking gin, because he loved fucking Bombay Sapphire.
Really?
Yeah, that was his jam. He would drink it and lemonade mixed together.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty fucking good, man. So that got me on my gin kick. And now that I'm on a diet, it's convenient too, because it's like the healthiest liquor you can drink. Mm-hmm. Because it's made from a fucking juniper berry that... how many people eat juniper berries? Can you?
I don't know. No clue. You probably die.
Well, I simply cannot wait to die.
Yes.
But
me either. I simply cannot wait for my fucking pinball machine to come in.
You've only got... it'll be like soon, right? Was it the end of October?
End of October, early November is all I know. Which, the way things go, probably going to be the end of November. Because everything always gets drug out.
Well, there's such a shipping shortage on everything. Well, supposedly.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's convenient that it's Halloween, because we live in some fucking spooky times right now.
Yeah, we do.
It's getting kind of interesting now.
We do live in interesting times. I like that. That's a Chinese way of saying go fuck yourself. May you live in interesting times.
Yeah. No shit.
And what we do these days, very interesting. I've been spending small amounts of money that's added up to too much money on this like extra bullshit for the arcade. It's because I'm just a pump for the Godzilla to get here.
Yeah.
So like I've ordered I found these piggy bank things. One of them's Godzilla, one of them's Mecha Godzilla, like vinyl badass looking piggy banks. They were just busts. I'm gonna put them on top of the machine.
We need to do what me and you talked about, because I asked my buddy that 3D printed me some stuff if he could do me a fucking Godzilla head that was hollow.
Yeah.
And he couldn't really find a file that was suitable. We need to get a couple of the fucking smoke machines that they make for the proton packs and put in those and wire it up to a fucking bumper head or some shit.
That'd be pretty cool.
Where it would spray smoke. It'd be fairly fucking easy to do. If it's a piggy bank, it's hollow. Yeah. So all you gotta do is mount the shit on the inside of it. Mm-hmm. That'd be cool.
Yeah. I've ordered some gazing balls, which are basically just hollow, metallic looking, like almost mirror finished balls. People like dumb bitches put in their gardens and stuff. Oh, but they look like big pinballs. So I want to make the topper for my virtual pinball machine out of those, because they're kind of generic pinball theme. It's gonna look pretty cool, I think, especially with the lights going around it.
It's pretty cool.
Yep. And of course, I've been real happy with my Eddie topper I made.
I love that thing, man.
Yeah, it's pretty rad. Just a high quality A Society mask with some LEDs hooked up to it that go off of sound.
I toiled away at that goddamn Ghostbusters outfit, and I must say I would fuck my own ass if I could.
Yeah,
like
it's quite sexy.
It looks pretty good.
There's a couple things I would critique and finish on it, but I'm not like make it more movie accurate, I guess. Yeah. But, you know, I seen somebody gave me some shit online where like, because I posted on one of the groups I'm on, and they was like, that resistor you used up top is comically large, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, nothing says comical about a fucking 40-year-old man dressing up as a goddamn character from an 80s movie, you know?
Yeah.
So, suck a dick, fuck off. Suck a dick, eat a clip, whatever you do, fuck off.
Yeah.
Like,
I will say...
Makes my pack look badass, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, I could probably bust him. Because this is the point where you can argue. I can be like, oh, I can bust bigger ghosts than you.
Yeah. There ain't one motherfucker wearing that shit you had that's afraid of no ghosts.
You fucking right. The only thing I'm afraid of is a good time mentally. You know, fucking pain is a fetish and I am a goddamn masochist, you know.
Yep. Connoisseur of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I bet you can guess what I've been playing.
It ain't Diablo 2, is it?
Oh, it's Diablo 2. How'd you guess?
Maybe by the fact that I look over at your computer and I say Diablo 2 still.
Yeah.
Chugging along over there.
Yeah, I got me a new video card.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Yeah.
How'd you... Whose ass did you kiss to find a video card?
Best Buy had one.
Wow.
And I drove up there and got it.
In Huntsville?
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Yep. And I figured, I overpay a little for it. Even though Best Buy doesn't overcharge, it's still overcharge. But why I'm looking at it is it's still cheaper than buying a whole new computer. And whenever I do get a whole new computer, I can take that video card, shove it in my pinball machine because it needs a new video card. So that way I'm not really wasting upgrading an older computer. Yeah. But I got
that's smart.
RTX 3060. Mm-hmm. It's got 12 gigabytes of RAM in it. It's like, holy shit. My computer has 16. That's almost a whole computer on its own.
You can see the short and curlies on Conan's nuts now on Conan Exiles if you played it. That's great.
So I'm able to play Diablo 2 Resurrected all max settings now. Don't crash nearly as often as it did. I think my old video card overheated quite a bit because it was just, I dumbed all the settings down on the old GTX 680 and still just barely chugging.
Mean, granted, though, how long did you have that fucker in there?
Oh, forever.
Over 10 years?
About 10 years, yeah.
Right at it? I mean, money well spent.
Yeah.
Okay, not prying, but just curious. What the fuck is a video card going for now? In neighborhood of you ain't gotta say it exact. About
depends on
8 to 12.
Depends on what you're looking at. This one was at the 600-ish range. Which is more than I wanted to spend on it, because that should be like top of the line what you would spend on a card. This is like a budget card.
The guy I got my PC from just did another build, and he's got, it's not the current Radeon or whatever, but it's the one right before it. So, I mean, still pretty good, and he's wanting 4. And
you'd have to send me like a model number, because I'm not super familiar with ATI stuff off the top of my head. That's probably not bad.
He said it was good. He said new. I think they're in the 5 range. I might could do some trading with them, which I usually do.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I don't really play anything on my PC right now. I play Storm Chasers and Minecraft.
Yeah.
I haven't bought Diablo 2 yet because I'm a fucking piece of shit. I want to.
You need to
and you can actually do it.
Yeah. If you will play it, I'll fucking buy it for you. How about that? You can join my addiction.
You ain't got to do that. I can get it. But I would play it because I do want something to like, on weeknights when I'm at home, be like, hey, I'm going to get online and play, you know.
And I'm going to be like, I'm already online. What the fuck are you doing?
I'll get it.
It has consumed my soul.
How many run-throughs are you on now?
Oh, good God. I haven't kept track of that. I've got 3 characters that I've beaten hell with. I've got a Sorceress, which is my beginning character, but it's still my main character because Sorceress fucking rules. Got her name is Frozen Turd, so I'll go and throw the character names out there. She's mostly nice sorcerers, so.
Frozen Turd?
Frozen Turds.
Oh.
I like naming most of my characters either like all something that's funny when you kill somebody. Like, even though I don't plan on doing PvP with this character.
You got murdered by frozen turds.
Yeah, it'll say, like, Bob was slain by frozen turds. Because my old school PvP sorceress was burning diarrhea. So, like, everything kind of just went after that.
Yeah.
So every time I killed somebody, so-and-so was slain by burning diarrhea. I'm like, ooh, that's a bad way to go.
I mean, but aren't we all almost slain by that occasionally?
Yes. My Amazon, her name is Prime Delivery, because, I mean, it's obvious pun. She's mainly for killing...
You just made my mouth go so dry when you said that. Are we in Britain now? Well, of course her name's Prime Delivery. She delivers a good fucking on you.
Prime delivers some steaks and burgers, because I mainly made her for farming the secret cow level.
Ah.
Yeah, she is quite the cow killer.
Very nice.
I went with javelins on her, and she throws big old lightning bolts for javelins, and they like to spawn and procreate other lightning bolt javelins, and it just clears out screenfuls of cows. So it's been handy having her around. Then last night I just leveled up a paladin, going the shield smiting route, so I can like take on the Uber Diablos and stuff. And his name is Naga Stole My Bike.
You killing me, Smalls.
Uh-huh. And eventually he'll be a PvP character too. So I'm hoping it'll trigger some people.
You been playing some PvP?
Not yet. I don't have builds for it yet.
Just waiting to go in there where you can just...
Yeah, I need to...
Dude, if we were playing in an online world and I was 1,000 miles away and I'm on a server and I see you walking up, I'm going to be like, hey, y'all go talk to that guy, and I'm going to run the fuck off. Because you're like the scariest video game player I know. Like, since we're around Halloween, like, you're like a goddamn homicidal maniac when it comes to video games.
Well, I appreciate that.
I know. I say that in the highest esteems. Like,
yeah.
I just imagine whatever gamer we knew that was just thought they were the hottest shit, they would wither in unexcellence to your loud glory of video game playing. You're kind of like if Jesus was an asshole. Like, if there was a Jesus of a video games, and he was like an evil Jesus.
So, Billy Mitchell?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Shh, you want to get sued? No, not silly Mitchell. You're kind of like, Satan when it comes to video games.
I'll take it. I'll take it. That's cool. I'm cool, Satan. I'm down with the devil.
Maybe Jesus was the wrong term. Maybe it's the extreme opposite.
Yeah.
But you're good at it.
Well, I appreciate it.
I still always harken back to the Phoenix Down incident. That shit chafes my ass like no other. I'm like, God, that son of a bitch. I'm like 13 years old and just mind blown.
Unfortunately, there are no Phoenix Downs in Diablo 2, but there is definitely fuckery afoot.
So, if you PvP and die, do you lose all your shit?
No. Unless you're playing hardcore mode.
I couldn't remember.
If you play hardcore mode, when you die, you die. That character's gone.
You gotta start anew.
Yes. I don't play hardcore mode just because all it takes is the server's crashing and you're done. Fuck that.
Dude, that'd be a boner biter.
Yeah. Yeah. If I was playing single player on, offline and the game was stable, because the game still crashes some, I might do hardcore, but I'm not a fan of losing my dude due to outside circumstances like that.
That's how, like, I had a good hardcore Minecraft at one point in time, and, like, literally glitched up on me. And because I was running a couple mods on there and fell through some blocks and got stuck and it died. And I was just like, because I'm talking like 4-month long profile. I quit playing Minecraft for like a couple months. Yeah.
I imagine one would. Yeah.
I need to get Diablo 2.
Hell yeah, you do. Everyone listening needs to do it too. Bill, you need to get back on and get it patched and figure out why you're crashing.
If everybody listening would just send me $2, I would have $4.
That's 1/10 of a Diablo 2.
Yeah, exactly. So that's closer to the mile at hand. Bill? You and that random other listener.
I will run everybody who listens through cows, and you will get all the cow loot, and it'll be awesome.
So, have you got the ring yet? Have you got one of the...
Oh, I did get me a Stone of Jordan, SOJ.
Did you?
Yeah.
Or Stone of Jordan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, it took me... I probably farmed Nightmare and Dario for at least 6 hours, if not 10 hours altogether. I finally got me a Stone of Jordan ring, so my sorceress has her SOJ, and has got quite an abundance of mana because of it. Quite like it. And then I got a Bull Kathos ring, which was basically the stabby person's version of the SOJ. So,
nice.
Yeah, I've been pretty happy with a lot of my drops here lately.
Maybe you'll get another one. You can make some moolah.
Yeah, I need to get me... Well, I mean, all of them, I guess, but I need to get me at least 3 more SOJs. 1 more just so I have 2, and then 2 more for starting to sell them off to join in on the Uber Diablo clone walks and stuff. Because Diablo clone was a event they introduced way back in the day, back when duping was a thing, and there was like shitloads of duped SOJ rings. I mean, they were like the dollar currency of the game.
Yeah.
Everybody had fucking stash full of them because they got duped to oblivion. So Blizzard made this event where if so many people on the server sold SOJ rings to the NPCs to get rid of them, it would spawn the Uber Diablo who you could kill and get a unique charm from. That was really good. So that was their way of just getting rid of these fakes.
Yeah.
So now there's no more dupes.
Kind of weeding the shit out pretty much.
Now there's no more dupes and it's still a thing. So people are doing coordinated sell-offs, and most of them require you to like donate an SOJ or 2 to get in on it. And even then, it's still kind of a gamble on whether or not you're going to get in because of the archaic system among which it works. So, like, Blizzard servers are like server farms, basically. So, this rack of computers might have its own IP. This other rack of computers has its IP, and so on and so forth. And every time you create or join a game, you don't know which IP you're going to be on when you join. So...
It just puts you on a random one. And the SOJ count is on a specific server IP. So what people do is they decide which IP they're going to sell on, and then you get so much time beforehand to try to create and join games until you can just happen to land on that server. Oh, dude, that sucks.
It does suck.
That's the equivalency of waiting on something to go on sale with everybody else and hitting the fucking refresh button on shit.
And I don't know how console players could even take part in that other than pure fucking luck. Because on PC, I have to have a third-party program to see what IPs I'm connected to.
They probably could.
They probably can't. So that's something that needs to be changed. Like, there needs to be some easier way for you to join these games.
Speaking of Diablo 2 and getting people on, Chris, if you're listening, he's that other second listener. Get it and play with us.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I got to get it too.
Yeah. We need to all get it. We need to all play. And then we all drink the Kool-Aid.
I mean, we did it when we were kids.
Uh-huh.
The only thing I never did as the kid, I never had the expansion Diablo 2. I just had the base Diablo 2.
It's been a ton of fucking fun. It makes me sad how shitty Diablo 3 turned out to be. Because it had so much fucking potential.
Well, they're working on Diablo 4
yes,
too, right?
They are.
Because that's the one with the trailer with the female. Like,
yeah. They're bringing back some of the Diablo 2 classes, like Sorceress and Barbarian, I know for sure. I know they've at least learned from 3 not to do the cartoony World of Warcraft look, because it looks dark.
Well, since 2 come out, between 3 and 4 too, they're probably using this to look at, like, if this one's a big success, they know that people's aching for the old school Diablo, so they're more aching to, maybe make it like the old school Diablo.
Yeah, they completely lost sight of what made Diablo what it is.
I know I never played Diablo 3, not once, but I have friends that got in on it that didn't play Diablo 1 and 2, and I watched them playing it on PS3 one time years ago, and I was just like, it just don't look even like really. I mean, it does, but it doesn't look like the old Diablo did.
Yeah,
to me when I played it.
The atmosphere of the game is not nearly as dark and creepy as the old Diablos. The gameplay is admittedly not bad. It's more smooth and modern than, say, Diablo 2 is. And honestly, if Diablo 4 keeps that part, I'd be pretty thrilled as far as the...
Like mechanic-wise?
Yeah, mechanic-wise, it's just the flow of the gameplay. Yeah. You feel like a badass going through there, just blowing up monsters.
through shit.
Yeah, that part's cool. But where they really missed the mark on a lot of it was the itemization and trading, or lack thereof. You can't trade in Diablo 3 at all, which is always a big part of Diablo 1 and 2. When Diablo 3 launched, there was trading if you did it through the auction house. The auction house ain't there anymore, and it was fuckery to begin with.
Well, that was not the auction house, but like the trading shit. That was one of the... You said that was one of the things of Diablo 1 and 2. Well, like Diablo, the first one, Diablo was one of the first games I remember actually playing online, period.
Yeah.
So, when you're playing and chatting with other players, that's the first time that, I was really immersed in like an online world.
Yeah.
Kind of deal. So, I feel like I said, I haven't played Diablo 3, but I feel like if they didn't capture that kind of shit, really that might add to some of the, the reason it's like, it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
If you're a hardcore Diablo 1 and 2 player, I'm buzzed off of 2 drinks.
Hell yeah.
What's wrong with me?
There ain't nothing wrong with that at all. It's cheap.
I've been on the diet. And haven't been eating near as much. I've been eating healthier. Play me the applause thing. I'm not nowhere near your sexiness level.
Oh, you're above and beyond my sexiness. No. I have no proton pack to speak of.
I do have a pretty bitchin' proton pack.
It's pretty large and bulbous.
It is very large. If you hold it long enough, it becomes engorged.
Yes.
With a wealth of energy. It's
pretty glorious.
Overall swelling of pride.
Yeah.
I like it. I'll post some pictures on our Facebook.
Do it, man.
Maybe. But anyways, I was just...
So yeah, when Diablo 3 launched, it was so hard to find a single unique, and when you found them, they sucked. Because of the real money auction house, they expected everyone to pretty much only use that to get their shit.
Yeah.
And that part sucked. And then they went completely the opposite direction when they took away the auction house, and where the games is throwing items at you left and right. There's no cool feeling about finding them because they all... It's like just going into a candy store and walking out with a bag of candy. It's like, well, the novelty of this wore off fucking quick.
Yeah, I mean, you don't feel like you've actually come across something.
Yeah. Diablo 2 kind of hit that sweet spot. I mean, some of the items, especially the certain runes in the game, are obscenely rare, but they're still within that realm of possibility of them dropping for you, and it's just really fucking good feeling when you get it.
Well, it's like getting a badass grab bag.
Yeah.
You don't know what the fuck's in it, and you open it, and you're like, fuck, this rules.
Yeah.
Or it can be like, this sucks.
Yeah, and just like this, chances are of you finding that particular thing you want, pretty fucking slim. But the chances of you finding something that somebody else wants that you can use to trade your way to get what you want, though, a lot better. So that's kind of a cool journey, and just stepping your way up through the Diablo wealth ladder, I guess you'd say, up that economy chain. And I've been using this trading forum, D2JSP, where they have their own currency called Forum Gold. And it's only worth anything because people accept that it's worth it, just like real money. But you can get on there and I can sell say I've got the Oculus one. I sold one of those yesterday for 100 Forum Gold. Well, then I can go and say, oh, well, I need these boots. This guy's selling them for 20 Forum Gold. So I can go there and give him 20 for it. So it kind of makes the trading thing a little smoother and a lot less frustrating than the old school Diablo 2 way of just getting in the trade channel and spamming what you want over and over and hoping somebody sees it.
Yeah. Well, that was like during the primitive time of the internet, so it's like spamming a chat almost, right?
Yes.
Like
it was just a chat screen is flying by you, and you're trying to find what you want in there.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah.
That's cool, though.
Yeah. And it's been grabbing on some Facebook groups, and just seeing all the noobs getting scammed and shit. I'm like, oh my God, this is 2000 again. This is awesome. People are like one of the in-game items is a Shaco. It's just like this ugly-ass green hat. It has a lot of good stats on it. Well, you can take the normal version of that hat, which isn't unique or anything. It just gives you armor and nothing else.
Yeah.
You can throw an emerald gem in it, and it turns it green. Looks just like it, unless you actually mouse over it and look at the stats.
It also turns you into a terrible person.
Yeah. So I've seen where people have been getting scammed by that. Like, they offer up whatever runes they have to get that Shaco, and the other guy just put in a gemmed hat that looks just like it, and the person is too dumb to put their mouse over it and make sure that was the real thing. Like, well, you
what's that shit you talked about, like last episode or whenever, like
where people would swap things out?
The fuckery.
Yeah. Yeah, I love fuckery. It weeds out the stupid people.
Well, fuck yeah.
Needs to be a little bit of that.
In the world?
Yes.
Absolutely. Dude, yes. Yes. But that's like an interesting psychology study on you. Yeah. Like that comment you just made about it's 2000 all over again. I haven't seen you this excited about a fucking game in so long.
Yeah.
Like, where you're fucking killing hours on this shit. Like, and do you think it's because, like, you've got that honest, like, that young, just, you got that feeling again?
Yeah, like, it's,
is there nostalgia in
There's definitely nostalgia in there, but it's also, like, I'm in a position in my life where I have a fair amount of free time, because my job setup's pretty sweet. I only have to work 3 days a week. I often work extra because I like money, and I like to do stupid things like buy pinball machines. But I got 4 days a week for the most part to do what I want. Now I've got all the knowledge and foresight of being an adult to know what I'm doing more in the game, and just, doing things that I was not able to do back then, and having goals and stuff too.
Yeah.
So, having things to work forward.
Bigger of a badass.
Yeah. My reflexes ain't what they were, but my knowledge points have gone up.
And that's what counts. Like, the tactful ones are the ones that make it through that shit.
Yeah.
You can be strong, but you gotta know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
If you don't, that's half the battle lost.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason we started this podcast. We love talking about the memories of us playing games and everything that got us where we are now.
Yeah.
So I think, it relating to that's something that should be brought to attention.
Yeah. It's definitely been, it couldn't have timed it better as far as this coming out, because otherwise I'd just be biting my nails waiting on that new pinball machine come in. So I'm really...
Don't fret. Look.
I'm just looking forward to it. I want it to be here.
I do too, because I want to spend some time up here. I'm going to have to play it a lot.
Oh yeah, we're going to.
Like, I want to be able to come up here for about 4 hours at a time, and just, if I'm going to save up money and buy a pinball machine, and we're going to start this pinball league, because we're going to have to get official uniforms,
Yeah,
this,
of
right?
course.
We're going to have some badass shirts, and I'm going to have to spend hours on yours, and I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. I ain't going to be able to come up with no $7,000-$8,000 for no fucking pinball machine, realistically. If I could get a couple grand, $2,000 or $3,000, I could. Which, there's a lot of the old shit that goes for that.
Yeah,
I'd be down
there is.
for.
There's a lot of good old ones.
I would really like to find that fucking baseball one.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That wouldn't really help with skill, but god damn, it'd be so much fun to play.
Yeah. Yes, it would.
I found one online.
I've seen him.
It was like $2,900, I think.
I see him on rare occasion, and every time I see him, I'm like, I really can't justify really the space for it as much as anything else.
It's a pretty wide-ass machine.
Yeah. And it's one of those, like, you would only play it with other people.
Now, if we could find the little sit-down one at the Pinball Museum, I would buy it, because I could you could still practice skill on it.
Yeah.
Because it plays somewhat normally.
Yeah, that one's pretty sweet.
I just gotta find something practical.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Hey, keep an eye out for like an F-14 Tomcat. Those are good and cheap.
I seen one of those for like $2,000 not too long ago, and I'm like, man, that ain't awful.
Yeah, they're not bad machines. That Getaway you mentioned earlier, they're pretty good.
I would like to. What was the fucking moon one at the pinball museum?
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about? Had the plexiglass overlay that made the ball warble.
God, I like it, but I hate it.
That thing's built to fuck your butt.
Yeah,
just raw.
I don't think I could own that one. It would just. You just come in my house one day and see my brains blown out, and I'm laying beside the machine.
Everybody be crying. I'm like, they're like, he had to remove his body from the house. I'm like, you should have removed the pinball machine. If y'all would have took the pinball machine out, his ghost would be at peace. Now you're going to come home and your shutters are going to break themselves. Ooh, happy Halloween. It's breaking plates. Yeah, I mean, wow, we took a dark turn there.
And what they had, I'd love to have that D&D cab. That thing is awesome.
It was pretty bitchin'.
Yeah.
Dude, I really want the fucking Halloween. Since we're talking about Halloween, that was badass.
Yeah.
I dug it.
Yeah, that and the Ultraman one are pretty sweet.
They're pretty much the same
They
thing.
are.
There's put different overlays and different toys or whatever in it.
Slight differences, but they're more or less the same cabinet.
I don't know if my credit would allow me, but I found a website where you can finance pinball machines, and they had a fucking brand new, really done Terminator 2.
Oh, nice.
For $4. I thought about trying.
I imagine you throw a little down on it and you probably get it.
If something were to happen, I had a cosigner, I could totally be like, hey, Dad. Yeah, I've decided I need a pinball machine. Sorry that I don't have a wife or grandbabies or nothing, but I'll have a bitchin' pinball machine.
Hell yeah.
I'm at that point where I kind of feel like a failure in life, and I'm like, nothing would still deal like a badass pinball machine. I really wish fucking Medieval Madness wasn't so expensive.
Yeah.
Or even a South Park. I'd take a South Park. I'd take anything at this point, as long as it wasn't
Gottlieb's Mario.
Yeah.
That's pretty atrocious.
Yeah. I'm just not a fan of the old school. There's some of the old pinball machines. I don't dislike them, but they're just so slow.
Yeah.
I want something fucking fast paced. Keep you on your toes.
I like the 90s, 80s, late 80s, 90s pinball machines are usually pretty good. All the movie IPs and stuff.
Yeah. Addams Family, of course. The best selling pinball machine of all time, weirdly enough. Something like that would be bitching. Yeah,
definitely would. I really want that new Turtles.
Yeah.
I think played pretty fucking sweet.
It's pretty nice. I actually like the Batman 66 or
Yeah, the old school Batman.
Yeah, I don't know if it's 66, but
yeah. The Adam West Batman.
Yeah, that one was actually kind of fun.
Yeah, that one, you got to come off some money for that one.
Oh yeah,
that one and the new Elvira one, really fucking expensive.
Well, when I get my doctorate, I'll get me one.
Yeah, I've been prowling the Pinside forums, and I keep seeing everyone raving about the Elvira House of Horrors pinball machine, how good it is. You got to get one. I'm like, I don't know if I want to spend $15,000 on a pinball machine. Nine seemed kind of outrageous to me.
There ain't no fucking way in hell. $15,000 will buy you a dope ass car.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't buy goddamn Aston Martin. But at the same time, I've driven the same Ford Focus for years now.
Oh yeah.
So it might, I don't know.
I've been driving the same turds for quite a while now.
That's a bit much to spend, man.
Yes, it is.
For anything like that.
Yeah. That's I gotta have some
if
fuck you money for
you're
that.
A fucking doctor or some shit, by all means. You know? Or if you sell women in slavery, at young ages and shit. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever gets you by, I guess.
However you feel you gotta service the community.
Amen. But anyways, Diablo 2 video games.
Yeah. What have you been playing?
Fucking Resident Evil 7. Biohazard. I just started it, and I'm not that far into it. I'm kind of confused if I like it or not. It's just so much different. Because it's like the first one that puts the game in the first person view,
Yeah.
And I don't know, a lot of it's just somewhat confusing. Get a time shit just right, hold the trigger down. I don't know. I do like the Resident Evil games, though. I figured that's what I'd talk about because I've played through.
It's a series that has mostly eluded me. Like there were ones like if I was over at your house and play a little bit of that, but like I never just had Resident Evil to sit down and play.
The first three are still my favorite. Like one, everybody loves 2, of course. I really like Nemesis a lot. I had Code Veronica too on Dreamcast. It's pretty good. But
is that the one that went to like the third person behind the person viewpoint?
No, Code Veronica played more. I mean, it did some, but Code Veronica played more like the old ones. Resident Evil 4 is the one kind of when they went over the shoulder, I think.
Yeah.
That's where I kind of lost track of the series because I never really played 4. I had 4 and I had 5 and I had 6 and I have never, like, it was one of those things I bought them like at the end of like the PS3 life cycle and shit just because they were cheap and I never really fucked with them. I know they called it kind of went from the zombie thing into more like a parasitic, more like a voodoo zombie kind of deal. And I didn't play those really at all. Like, I was still, when 3 was over, it's like, Umbrella had it coming and all this shit's just getting bigger and bigger, and then they went to shooting off on the story a little bit, I guess.
It seems like, yet again, one of those series.
I didn't play enough of them, so I don't really know.
Really would have benefited from them taking a more anthology approach rather than trying to build a long, continuous...
I kind of think that's what they're doing now, because, 7 is so much different, but it still fits into the confines of the Resident Evil universe.
Okay, so it's not just like a long, convoluted storyline back to 1.
Well, yeah, that's one thing, because like I said, I'm only about 45 minutes to an hour in. Okay. And on where I'm at, I keep saying Final Fantasy 7.
Drink some more, you stupid fuck.
No, on Resident Evil 7,
where Cloud Strife chases you with a chainsaw.
Yeah, and he's androgynous, and he tries to plunder your butthole.
He's gonna get that materia.
Oh yeah. Need that fight Sephiroth.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's his materia in his peel. That's an extra equip slot.
Yeah, he's got that big old throbbing mass immune. He's gonna get you with.
So salty. But anyways, like you start off in that game, like looking for your girlfriend, and she's temporarily possessed by some weird shit. I'm assuming everything in this game ties back to fucking Umbrella in one way or another. But it puts it in more of a horror approach because it's first person. You fight her, she fucking flips on you. You're in the like bayous of Louisiana. You walk to this house and find your way in, and then you find the tape, and it lets you, while you're watching the tape, you get to play as the cameraman, and they go in, and this ghost hunter crew kind of deal gets slaughtered.
Nice.
And you're in that same house.
I wish every ghost hunter crew would get slaughtered. I hate those people.
Shit, dude. I have a friend You know him. He believed his house was haunted and hired these dudes that come in. And I knew one of the guys that come in, and he is a certified meth head piece of shit. Like the same guy who about in 2010 was wearing eyeliner. So, you know.
Oh, man.
Just a shitbird.
I'm picking up electromagnetic interference. It's got to be a ghost.
No, I shit you not. They set, it's like a room like this. They set fucking cameras up in it. And like, they've got these fucking night vision cameras going, and you literally just see a piece of fuzz. You know, fucking fall. And they're like, you see that orb? That was a floating imagination of a class 5 orb. Just making shit up. And pretty sure they charged my friend like $400. And he fucking paid it. Like,
I need to get in on this.
Why don't we become real Ghostbusters, Brendan?
We should.
I've thought about it.
It's crossed my mind. It'd be so easy to rip people off.
We should. Maybe we don't need to talk about it here. Maybe we should just start acting.
You just go in there with technical equipment, spout out some mumbo jumbo, and make people think you solved the problem.
Look, you could literally do the Ghostbusters thing. You come in with a fucking squeegee ball attached to a fucking hollowed out VCR. You're just going milking it. They're like, "What is that you're doing there?" It's technical. Oh, it's one of our little toys. And they'd be like, "Oh,
yes, ma'am. I have excised the ghost from your house. That'll be $2,000."
Have you ever watched The Frighteners?
I think I have.
He's got that fucking modified toaster that just spits that little tinfoil back out, and he's like, "This is your ectoplasmic contamination." He's like, "Just dispose of it." He's like, "What do we do?" He's like, "Do you have a garbage disposal?" "Yes, just flush it down and just get rid of it." Here's $300. Like, I think we should. People would be like, "How can you take advantage of people like that?" Because they're stupid and they deserve it.
Yep, sheep are to be fleeced.
Hey, we're ready to believe you.
And you could argue you are providing them a service and making them feel like you got rid of the ghosts.
Yeah.
It's all in their head anyway.
This is true. All you're doing is just giving them a little... People pay people money for mental stability all the time.
Yeah. That's all it is.
Whether it's you going to a shrink or buying a bag of drugs, it's all the same.
At the same time, though, that stuff pisses me off every time I see it. I'm like, oh, we got electromagnetic interference. It couldn't possibly be that we live on a fucking giant magnet, a giant rotating ball of iron, rotating around a sun that has thousands of electromagnetic fields. Not to mention all the electronics we have. That's ghosts. That's the only explanation.
To love all that supernatural shit as much as I do, I don't buy into it.
This has been my argument against anything regarding that in ghosts. If what you're saying could also be caused by invisible monkeys as just as much as ghosts, then it's bullshit. So like, oh, that can fell off the shelf. It was ghosts. How do you know it wasn't invisible monkeys? Why is it gotta be ghosts? I think it was invisible monkeys.
God damn it, invisible monkey motherfuckers. Well, that makes sense.
Oh, you hear those voices, man? It's invisible monkeys. They sound like that all the time.
That makes sense.
The only reason we say it's ghosts is because our brains are trained that way from media and stories and bullshit. It could literally be anything. That's just what we jump to.
Do you think there's a supernatural presence of anything?
No,
though?
I don't.
Negative.
Nothing at all. I think there's only coincidences in our imagination.
Wow. That sounds like an enthralling book title.
Yes.
Brendan Gentry's Coincidences in Our Imagination. And a rocket look at the failure of God.
I want to be interviewed on NPR with that one.
Yeah, no shit. What was it like when you figured out that life was a lie and a defamation?
Hello, book fans. I'm Maloney Baloney. Joining me today is Brandon Gentry, author of
I'm Turkey Cock. It's 6 o'clock. I kind of feel like we really should just get drunk as shit. Well, it's been a long time since we've got fucking wasted.
Yeah.
And recorded an episode.
Needs to happen.
I need to take off work, and we just need to fucking get wasted. And we need to do an entire episode NPR style. Like, a whole hour long of just being like, I was playing Resident Evil. Had a profound imagination.
Oh, and what we should do is like
of being eaten
get
by the undead.
Find some like just bottom of the barrel YouTubers and stuff and get them on to interview them and just fuck with them. That'd be fucking awesome.
Just like a real dry fashion. Like,
yeah.
So what was it like getting your 1,000th view, drinking curdled milk from 1936? What? Just ask some shit they couldn't answer.
Now, rumors on Twitter site from Cosplayer 1987 says, you were diddled by your older sister. What do you have to say about that? What? I don't even have an older sister? So you're denying it.
You have a nice fashion sense, but I still have a faint feeling that you smell like curdled foreskin. Tell us about when your father raped you. That's awful.
Are you aware that the size of a man's penis is inverse to the amount of Funko Pops he has? I see you have quite the collection behind you. If we're just talking about an acorn.
In your case, cleanliness is the opposite of godliness. Funko Pops, that's like the current age's Beanie Baby.
Yeah, it is.
They're making a Funko Pop movie, Brandon.
You just shit on my day.
Let me ruin your night here. Let me NPR ruin your night. They're actually producing a Funko Pop movie.
I would buy, if I wouldn't go to jail for this, I would totally be down to go buy tickets and stand at the entrance to and just slap everybody that walks in there.
Okay. I'm glad you said just slap, because I was just like, Brandon, think of Batman. Careful with the words here.
Yeah.
Aurora, Colorado, Batman.
Nah, the slapping will be funner, more satisfying.
Yeah, killing people's not cool, but just slapping them and making them feel like a turd, no, that's priceless.
Yeah.
Murder's awful. Slapping's joyous.
Fucking grown man going to see that shit. If you weren't cajoled into going from your kids,
it's gotta be for your kid. You can survive a slap. It's not for your kids.
Yeah.
All I can. If you're a grown man going to a Funko Pop movie, you're looking to Funko Pop a kid.
Probably.
I mean, you gotta be looking at. You gotta drive a fucking black or gray or maybe even navy blue van. You're looking to Funko Pop a kid.
Yeah.
That's awful. But the Resident Evil games.
Yes. With the new Funko Pop.
I don't think they have those yet.
I guarantee you they do. They have a Funko Pop of everything.
I don't know if they have Resident Evil Funko Pops.
We will solve this mystery right now. Resident Evil. God damn, it's going to suggest Funko Pops to me from now on to eternity.
I hope it does. Oh, God damn it.
There's nothing that's been untainted from it.
What? Shit on my ass. Well, shit on my ass and piss on my dick. They have a fucking... For everything. There's Jill, there's fucking Nemesis, there's a liquor.
Uh-huh.
Shit.
There's a Mecha Godzilla. There's Predator.
Is there nothing that has been tainted by this
There's nothing has escaped Funko Pops.
Why don't we have Funko Pops out yet?
We probably do. We should be getting royalties.
I feel like we should have Funko Pops. At this point, we're relevant.
Yeah.
We've almost been a podcast for almost 10 years.
Yeah.
7?
Yeah.
Something like that. Jesus. Well, anyways, let me tell you something else. Resident Evil starts with a very Japanese intro. It's like playing this just quick clips, things happen, and it's just this fucking pop song. You're gonna go and save the day. It ain't like it ain't that bad.
Put your grasses on.
Yeah.
Nothing will be wrong.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like the Berserk intro. It really is. And I'm like, this is so not. Where's the goddamn hit start Resident Evil? And I'm like, this is boner killing.
Is this Resident Evil or DDR?
There's just, I'm glad they went in a different direction, but there's still little things I feel like they could put in that touches on, the older shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's just click the start button, Resident Evil.
Yeah.
That's a fucking staple.
Now, how much of the game is like, I don't know, desperately looking for some ammo or a flashlight or something?
That's what I was going to talk about. It's all like that. It's like, door's locked. It's got a chain on it. Okay, I need bolt cutters. You find bolt cutters, and a lot of it is just finding shit and going back and using the item on that. But let's talk about Resident Evil 2. So the mansion, Resident Evil 1, it's got all these puzzles you gotta do. I get that. It's an old kooky mansion. Andy Warhol, that dickhole was tired of designing.
Andy Dickhole.
Yeah, Andy Dickhole was tired of like making Campbell soup art. So this fuckhole designs a mansion. It just so happens Umbrella takes up there and fucking does their experiments there. So yeah, you gotta do puzzles to get around this mansion. Why in the fuck does the police station in Raccoon City got all these goddamn puzzles in it?
Why?
Why you gotta have a heart key to get into the lieutenant's office upstairs? Why is a heart key? Why is there a spade key to get into the basement downstairs?
I mean, how else are they going to deliver justice?
Why do you gotta put all these different metals from the rest of the fucking police station in this one metal for it to open and drop a key for you to get into the fucking garage? That's
tax dollars at work, Lyle.
Brandon. Are all of the buildings that we work and live in actually like this?
That's how my house is.
Well, how do you go to the bathroom here?
Well, you see, I got to search for a golden ping pong ball, and I take that over to the decrepit vending machine, and I shove it in the coin return. That gives you the silver key with the lion head on it. You use a silver key with a lion head on it, and you got to go unlock the freezer wherein all the toilet paper is stored.
Oh my god.
But you don't use the toilet paper for the shitter because I got a bidet. You use the toilet paper to break out the window to the shitter because it's frozen solid from being in the freezer. And then you break out the window with that, use it as a stepping stool, and you can get into the shitter and take a shit.
I think I just shit my pants.
That's how everyone's house works, ain't it?
Well, no, mine is, if you want to go to the bathroom in my house, you got to go to the back. And then when you get to the back bedroom, you got to travel across about 3 days or nights worth of land, and you approach this old man named Monty. Monty tells you, he's like, if you go out back in the shed, there's a square key. And you get the square key, and then you got to travel to the mountains of Lakon. And when you get to the mountains of Lakon, there's a meth wizard on top of the mountain. He's got a very feisty meth dragon with him. They're terrible. They'll rape your children. They'll
highly recommend it.
they'll rape your kids. They'll show up and squat in your house. They will take every coffee filter you have and funnel dope through it into mason jars. Awful people. Awful people. But You got to approach them and slay them, and then you get the bathroom key. And you come back and you can open the bathroom.
So you got more of a Link to the Past.
It's a quest.
Yeah.
It's more of a quest.
Yeah, more of a Zelda bathroom there.
Now, if you want to fucking, like, stay over at the house, it requires 3 pendants.
Yeah.
They're hid all over the county of Coleman in strange places. That's how it is at my house. So I guess it is different from yours.
Different strokes for different folks, you know.
I mean, to the listener, how do you go to the bathroom in your house?
How do you? Some houses you just
are you a man at your house and pretend that you're going to the female bathroom, or
sometimes you just gotta identify as whatever's necessary.
Are you a lady going into a male bathroom? What's happening? Is it a unisex bathroom? Is it a bathroom for people who only love eating green onions?
All the above. If you believe. If you believe.
If you believe in what? Nothing? The ethereal darkness?
Yep.
Okay. But anyways, that's Resident Evil.
Yeah, that's pretty much Resident Evil.
Yeah, no. I'm getting real bad at this. I feel like, I mean, we've talked video games so much for so many years. It gets to the point where we just kind of talk about life and just a satire of thereof. So
yeah, I mean, that is a video game to some degree.
I wish I was better. See, I'm shitty at life, the video game, just like I am the actual video games. I'm just terrible at all of it.
I'm not setting any high scores in it, that's for sure.
Shit. Yeah, you're right. We could be worse. We could all be worse off.
Oh, of course. I could be a little pot-bellied starving child in Africa.
How about here, runner? Let me quote some Grapes of Wrath here. I'm out here running around for work. They come back, them kids laying there in the corner says, them kids are dead from, oh, fuck. Them kids are dead from something. They lay there with their bellies all puckered out.
Is it consumption? Is that it?
No, fuck. I was going to try to be funny. And pretty much the dude's talking about this. He's telling all the people at the camp the story about, he's like, so you got a handbill that says you picking peaches for 33 cents. And he gets a handbill for 33 cents. He said, how many people do you think got the same handbill? He's like, all y'all come here and ain't but so many jobs. He's like, I'm running around trying to find work. He's like, Quarter said, them kids died from, fuck, I can't remember. It's like starvation or something. God damn it. And he's just like, and they lay in there and the bellies all puckered out like pig bladders. Fuck. Well, yeah. I deserve that fucking market shame.
You went for it, though. You gave it your all. That's what matters.
I tried. At least my kids ain't laying there with their bellies all puckered out like swollen pig bladders. Hey, mister, you trying to make trouble? I ain't trying to make trouble, mister. I swear it. God damn it. I feel like we need to look that Grapes of Wrath scene up now to verify my shit. Because I feel like an idiot.
All right, we had to verify. It's heart failure.
Yeah. Them kids died of heart failure. Their bellies all puckered out like pig bladders. Jesus.
Childhood heart failure, peak comedy.
Was that common in the Great Depression?
I hope so.
We didn't deal with it. What if we're on to another Great Depression?
Could be. My life has been in Great Depression.
Yeah. Everyone's like, well, it's time to get depressed.
I have to watch my dark humor at work. Like, the other day, this young girl was helping us transport, and I almost tripped over this cord. I was like, oh, I almost died there. And she said, yeah, you can't do that. And I was like, well, a man can dream. She's like,
that's how like sometimes when just certain people, I don't mind people I like being like, how you doing this morning? I'm like, ah, shit, I'm here. I'm all right. There's certain people that say it. I'm just like, didn't get the Mack truck I prayed for last night. Like, just say something. I mean, I don't really want to die, but I just love shock value. So,
yeah.
Like, say something like that. How you doing this morning? I'm like, awful. I was going to try to cut my wrist, but wasn't dull enough to cut my beard. Or wasn't sharp enough to cut my beard.
Yeah, sometimes I talk about some patient up on the floor didn't make it, and I just really want to say that lucky bastard.
Did you hear Jonathan died? Lucky fuck. Yeah, I get that. Life can be a fucking boner sometimes, man.
Yeah, it can. Yes, it can.
Such a spooky time of year. So, it don't even have to be Halloween. We talk about death a lot on this podcast. Like we're pretty fucking honest. I mean, we are mortal men.
Thankfully. God, can you imagine what it'd be like to have to fucking live forever?
So, people in the early Bible lived for like 700-800 years, apparently.
Well, that's because they didn't know a year wasn't 3 weeks.
Yeah. So time was accurate back then? There's a guy I work with, and we talk a lot about that, and I don't know what to think of some of it.
I know what to think about it.
I think a lot of that skill could be off.
I think we need to play some music.
That's what I was thinking. I'm sitting here.
I know we have played this before, but I don't think there's anything more fitting for Halloween.
Ooh.
Can you guess what it is?
You want me to guess?
Yeah, take a guess.
A video game song?
Well, yeah.
Old or new?
Old.
Is it the Halloween theme from Atari 2600? I'm wrong.
Yes. No one wants to listen to that.
I don't know. Nightmare on Elm Street? Oh, Castlevania. Fuck yes.
Good one to listen to in the morning. You just need to get up and fuck.
You just hold darkness down. You just pound its ass straight to the light.
Evil dies tonight.
Evil dies tonight! Oh, so fucking good.
Yep. Ah, buffering.
Goddamn buffer. The song come out the same time your operating system did.
Yep.
This makes me want to go home and play Castlevania 4 now.
Hell yeah. Still got to be one of the greatest moments in gaming history is when you're in the fight of your life against Dracula and you get him down to his last quarter of life or whatever, and it starts with Simon's theme again. You're like, yeah, fuck yeah, I got this.
You're charging in. You're about to fucking slay his ass.
Yeah.
God, dude. I have such a, fucking soft spot for Castlevania.
Yeah.
Or, do you remember? I mean, you gotta remember. We were in school.
Oh, yeah.
And I brought my Super Nintendo for show and tell.
Yeah. Leaving that shit on pause over lunch and stuff.
And she let me bring my Super Nintendo that I got for Christmas. And we rented Super Castlevania 4 from the same gas station in town that's now Video Games and Less.
Oh, nice.
That's where we rented it from back in the day. And, I had that game rented and I carried it to school with me in there. And I remember she let us pretty much play it all day.
Yeah.
It fucking ruled.
That's pretty much all we did that day.
Miss Cup.
Yeah.
Word to you, lady.
Yeah, that was badass.
Cool. I have such a soft spot for that game. And I can play through it fairly decently.
It's not a terribly difficult game.
Mm-mm. The effects on that game at that point in time were so incredible. The chandelier level was fucking badass, and the level where you're in the rolling tube and shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna fucking play that when I get home.
Hell yeah.
I wish we had a do-over for another Halloween episode where I wasn't so out of touch for all of it, because I can talk Castlevania for some hours.
4 is mostly where my experience lies with Castlevania.
The first one and 4. I didn't play 2 because I remember everybody being like 2 is hard and unfair.
Yeah.
And 3, you never really seen 3 in a whole lot of places we had to rent around here. The first one, though, I mean, of course. Mm-hmm. I've played through it several times, and 4 is the main one, though. 4 and Symphony of the Night, because I had it on PlayStation 1. I dug it pretty well, but 4 is just, I don't know. I just have I have certain memories with that game, so I'm super sentimental towards it.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, and
I think I'm going to play it tonight for real. Though.
The more simplistic design of it, too, I think I like in some ways more than Symphony. Symphony's got the Metroidvania branching out.
That's where it starts, the Metroidvania.
Yes.
That one is more like the old ones, just linear left to right kind of shit.
Yeah. With
a boss fight at the end of every little section.
Right.
I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah.
It's still got the annoying shit, be careful jumping around the merman, because that's some aggravating fucking shit. They spray you with their spooge water.
Do not pick up the holy water.
Don't. If you get the fucking cross, keep it the whole game. So you can throw it high or low and it comes back to you.
Yeah.
Always clearing out the little dragon totems or whatever with that. The ones that spit fire out the top and bottom.
Yeah.
You can throw it and whip blast once and it's just does away with it.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to play that tonight.
Fuck yeah.
Well,
I think we are.
Is there anything else we need to talk about before we go?
I don't believe there is.
I feel like I've been not good the past couple weeks.
Yeah, we're never good. What are you talking about?
I mean, you're kind of correct. I don't know. Maybe we'll have something. My birthday's coming up, so we need to. I don't know. I feel like we need to do a big episode at some point. So we need to plan something like
extravaganza.
Yeah,
telethon.
Fuck yes, dude. We should. You know, people do the thing where they just play games and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna play games for fucking 8 hours tonight."
Yeah.
And we're gonna drink a bunch of alcohol. You donate money and we'll play what you tell us to play.
Yeah, they do that extra life shit.
We should try that.
Yeah. I've really been thinking about setting up, like, and it's kind of expensive to do, but getting the streaming equipment to stream my pinball. Because you have to get some, like gantries to mount your cameras on and stuff. But I'm pretty sure you can hook HDMI up straight to the LCD on those new ones.
That'd be bitching, man.
If nothing else, if I threw my new video card into my virtual pinball, I know I could stream off that pretty easy.
Especially if we tried to create a team.
Mm-hmm.
So that's ultimately what we're going to try to do, right?
I think so.
Kind of like a bowling league, but a pinball league.
Get us a pinball league rolling.
Fuck. Gotta find one. If any of their 4 listeners out there know or see of a pinball machine under, let's say $2,000, around that mark, let me know.
Or just want to donate one for the show.
Yeah, if you
tax
just want
write-off.
If you want to give us one, I know they ain't got a RoboCop pinball, but if they did, and you want to give us one, that'd be sweet.
Hell yeah.
We'll take it, or I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah. So, let us know. Fuck. I guess we'll be back week after next.
Yep.
Right? Okay. Yep. Game over, man.
Game over. We have such films to show you.